Hello, welcome back. This is Franklin on Ask Franklin YouTube channel. This is the second part series of a script on how to process tweet feeds with regular expression in perl. Here I've just used some regular expression pattern and I assign it to this variable my pattern, a URL pattern. This first close brackets is irregular expression up to the NW and close in this bracket, meaning I want whatever matches the pattern inside the bracket to be copied and stored in variable 1 for use later. The open bracket, close bracket, and the question mark before the first semicolon indicate that anything that is HTTP first column and slash forward slash and forward slash stroke any domain name followed by any alphanumeric underscore or minus character should be copied but not extracted, but do not extract anything within the bracket. And that's just this first one, this first um, information from this bracket to this here. And here is matching any character with underscore minus character, and from here the pattern is uh, the question mark and the brackets in here means possibly followed by do not extract, possibly followed by parameter string beginning with question mark followed by non-space characters in this part of the regular expression. If you follow this regular expression properly. And now we'll just go ahead and declare some variable. Say my say just give this variable rot pattern, anything start at the beginning of a line matching this rot, which we normally start for a retweet. Anything at the beginning of any of the line, the hyphen up and rot stand for rot normally from a tweet field we stand for retweet. So anything beginning at the beginning of the line with the alphanumeric alphabets rot will be copied and extracted from the clean up from the tweet feed, and this will be stored on this array. There is the @ symbol here. Nope, that's not the @ symbol. Oh yeah, give it the URLs will be stored at this URL. Every URL will be copied and it will be stored in this feed. And I'll just go ahead again and declare another variable here, our URL file, and just give it URL file and call this urls.txt. This will create a url.txt file name for us to hold all the URL that will be found on the tweet feeds. create another variable here to, to hold our old tweets extension files. Next we hold our old tweet file. I'll use a regular expression here to match, and just write out this regular expression, and I'll explain to you what this will do, and use a wildcard here. Here I'm using this regular expression for old file extension matching an optional file extension. The dot followed by any zero or more characters before the end of the line. It matches an extension when there is an extension in the file or there is no extension given by the user. And I'll just declare a final variable to store where I'll put the extension, the new file extension. That is the new tweet file that will be stored. So this variable we hold. We try to open a new file extension that will hold our processed tweet feeds. Yes, I'll give this .mda, which is a Microsoft Access file name extension. And just while here, just give, because this function, though I've not created it yet, this function will help open file safe. Is a function that I'll create later to safely open our file for storage, and our processed file for storage. That is our URL file that we'll be using for, that could be of use to us later. And here I'm using the type glob as well. URL file, same what I have, yeah, URL file, same what I've initialized here earlier, but I'm using a type glob here. Just hang on here, let me explain this much further. This function will ask user to overwrite or append to the existing file. The URLs and the wildcard I'm using here is a type glob, a symbol table alias that is used to create a file handle that can be passed to a function for later use, which we will use later. So that's this. I'll just go ahead now, and because this writing the many function and others will take a bit of our time, so I will just go and paste a file, what I've already typed here. I'll just paste some of this code from this here, from this part, and I'll explain this code to you. And I'll copy all here up to where, and close here up to this part, and just paste it inside of our main function. And I'll go ahead as well, couple a new two function that I'm calling inside the other function, and then we'll just go and test this script. Actually, this code is available at with subscription to our website at fa group.ie/subscribe.php. If you type that to browser, you should be able to download You have access, or will give you access, free access to this file, this script on our web page, in case you want to use it or test how to process tweet feeds with regular expression in perl. So just go ahead now and test this script. Think everything has been done properly, and just to explain to you what we have done here, to take you through what we've done here, we've called this function open file save, and initially our current file is false because it's blank, but while there is line of test in the input files, note the line will be stored in the in the default variable, the dollar default variable. If the current line is not equal to the argv variable, as you know, is the argument on the line, and from, if there is an empty argument from the user. So if there is a new input file name, and then we need to create a new .mda file. If the current file, if there is was if the current file, there was an old file name and there was an old mda file open, close the mda file, then current file equals to argv record new file name for later comparison, open.mda file name, and copy to store the output of the saved tweet. Our function mda extension returns .mda version of the file name, which we have here, and this what we did earlier, and we need to print the new file name as heading in the URS file, which that is our current file name. So we have a regular expression here to match our pattern, ROT pattern. If the current file name is not if not a retweet, then